Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Mark Parham. I'm an entrepreneur and property investor, and I've also managed to lock myself in the house. And today I have got 500 subscribers, so thank you to everybody who has subscribed. I massively appreciate it, I really do. And you guys, honestly, you're amazing. All the comments, all the likes, I massively appreciate it. So today, in today's video, we're going to be talking about some side hustles that you can get involved in to earn over £1,000 extra per month. Some of these I've done myself, some of these I know the people who are doing, but really in this video I just wanted to give you some ideas of things that you could practically do today that could earn you over £1,000 a month extra. So before we get into this, if you could give the video a big like, I massively appreciate that. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Again, I can't believe I'm at 500 already. That's only a month and we're at 500. That's insane, guys. Thank you so much. But let's get into the video. Let's talk about some of these things that you could do today. Now, unsurprisingly, as an entrepreneur, my very first suggestion is going to be to start a business. Now, I'm a big believer in starting part-time on your future whilst working full-time in your job. And I think that you don't have to quit your job before you start a business. Now, let me give a good example of somebody who would have done this. Now, this artist, Philip Gray. Now, his job was to create art, and this piece in particular was painted in the catacombs in Mexico. And that would have been sold on, I bought it at auction, so it had been sold on to somebody at retail. I then purchased it at auction. But this chap has actually opened up an art school. And I don't know this for certain, but I would like to guess that the first thing was going to be being an artist. The second thing that he thought was, how can I then teach how to be an artist? And I would bet that that started part-time, whilst continuing to build his art portfolio and to sell his works of art on the stage. And as he gained notoriety, as he gained influence, he opened up his art school. So that would be one example of somebody starting a new business, and the school would have been separate to being an artist, whilst working full-time on their job. And I can think of another really good example, actually. A friend of mine in Oxford who does designer cakes. Now, she was working full-time in a call centre, and she started a little cake business on the side and started advertising on Facebook, Instagram, all this sort of stuff. Fast forward 2 years, and I know today she turns over, I think, about £75,000 doing cakes full-time, which is, for her, fantastic and exactly what she wanted to do. She can now scale that business. I don't think she will. I think it's her choice that she wants to keep it small. She wants to keep it a lifestyle business. She loves what she does. She enjoys it. But that's how something that was a hobby can turn into something that's very lucrative. And I know that when she was still working at the call centre and just doing it at the weekends, she was earning about £2,000 a month extra, almost as much as her salary in the call centre, baking cakes in the evenings and weekends. I mean, I think that's just incredible, and exactly how so many small businesses start. So what are you good at? What is it that you could monetize? What is your skills? What is your experience? What could you create? What could you sell? I think that's the question everybody has to ask themselves. And in the age of digital media and social media, you've got so many avenues to be able to explore in terms of routes to market. Facebook is fantastic. There's loads of groups you can post your products on. So I think there's no real excuse today for not setting up a business. So let's try this next segue out on the balcony. First time I filmed up here, and quite a nice view. My next suggestion is going to be, why not join the gig economy? Now, I own, as you know, a taxi company, and I've got several people who just drive on a Friday and Saturday night to supplement their income. Now, I know that if they start in the afternoon and go on to the early hours of the morning, they're earning into their pockets about £250, £300 a week, including tips. And that, for many people, could be a full-time salary. Okay, this was an error. This is too windy up here. Let's go back inside. Yeah, nice and warm now, back inside. Much more relaxed. So just thinking about those people that are earning £300 a week, just giving up their Friday and Saturday night. Now, I accept right now, with COVID, that might not be a feasible idea. But certainly post-COVID, we could go back to those sort of figures. But yeah, I think the gig economy gives great flexibility to people who want to just add a little bit more income to their pockets. And it allows you to plug your time into somebody else's business model. And sometimes that's all you need, right? An extra £1,000 a month that's going to push you to be able to do my next top tip. So guys, you know what my top tip is going to be, and give this video a big like if you guessed it. It's going to be rent something out. And by something, I don't necessarily just mean buying a rental property or a house and renting that out. You could rent a room in your existing house. There are websites such as Spare Room where you can put up a spare room, and in Didcot, for example, where my mum lived, my mum has a lodger in her house, and the lodgers pay £600 to £700 a month, including bills. Now she's got two, and that's £1,500 a month, or close to £1,400 a month. It's a lot of money additional to be coming in. There are also some really good tax breaks for income that you receive through lodgers. I think it's the first £6,000 a year you receive, it's completely tax-free. So a great incentive to rent out that spare room. I've just checked and it's actually £7,500 a year, a year that you can have tax-free through the rent a room scheme. So that's amazing tax break. The last thing I would say, obviously, you've seen my last video where I'm renting out my holiday home on Airbnb and Booking.com, and already we're starting to get bookings. It's an absolutely fantastic way of monetizing an asset that I otherwise wouldn't have. So I know that there are things that you can do with cars. There are websites such as Truro where you can rent your car out. You can rent out your property, you can do Airbnb, Booking.com. The reality is there are so many platforms and so many opportunities that with a little bit of ingenuity, you can start a business, you can join the gig economy, you can rent something that you own out, and you can make thousands of pounds extra per month. So what do you think is a good idea? What are your opinions? Drop it down in the comments. I would love to know. And once again, thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't already, please consider doing so. We put out a video every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And this Friday, I'm going to be doing another property tour up in Corby, I think this time. Not my house, another one of my friends, but he's turning one into a HMO. And I thought it'd be quite good to go up and see that. It's under construction and it should be completed in a week or two. Mine is just having the work started, so we might pop in on that as well. But otherwise, thank you so much guys for watching. I'll be back on Friday and see you again soon. Thank you so much.